tell you I have a daughter too? Ava pays for what she has done.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
I'll survive.
Michael.
I'm really fed up with Christina and her self-centered pity party. Yes, losing the baby is devastating, but her behavior is so off-putting right now. I'm also super disappointed that Ava survived. Honestly, she's less likable than the nameless day player assassin. Sonny really shouldn't be saving her after everything she's done to Chrissy and Adela. On a brighter note, I'm thrilled that the writers seem to have gotten Ava out of the corner they wrote her into. Maura West is my favorite actress on the show, and she's really bringing her A-game. I used to like the original Jagger, but what they've done with the character now is just disappointing. No shade to the actor, he did a good job, but bringing him on as Jagger and then ending it like this seems pointless. Since when did the Quartermaine estate become the go-to place for showdowns between Sonny and Jagger? At this point, all we need is for Jagger's son to come after Sonny, and we'll be right back where we started. I'm glad Jason showed up. I hope the doctor who got hit wakes up soon and provides some clarity about Lucky. Ava needs to keep quiet, and I'm curious to see what Alexis will do with Sonny's gun that Christina had. Thankfully, it's not the one used to kill Kate's. It's definitely time for Rick to head back to where he came from. I'm not a fan of what Drew and Willow did again. She really needs to know about his involvement with Nina. I missed a part of today's show because my cable feed froze right after Jason told Boyle to drop the gun and Boyle grabbed Ava. I didn't see it again until Ava had the gun on Boyle. I don't think Ava will end up shooting anyone. I believe Jason will stop her in time. I suspect Sonny sent Jason to find Ava because she's the only one who can clear Christina's name. I'm relieved that Jagger is finally out of the picture, and I'm sure Carly will provide Sonny with an alibi when the police question them. Christina really needs some serious help before she has a complete mental or nervous breakdown. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Oh boy, things are getting intense with Kate's shooting and Michael witnessing it all. Plus, Ava and Jason, Christina losing it, and honestly, I'm so over Willow and Drew. Seriously, come on. That whole situation with Sonny was just bizarre. The old Sonny wouldn't have killed Jagger at the Quartermaine estate, especially knowing he could get caught. And then Michael shows up, and Sonny acts all shocked, getting Michael to help him, and then going to Carly for help. This just isn't the Sonny we know. It all felt really strange. And again, I'm so done with Drew and Willow. I have a feeling Alexis might suspect Christina of killing Kate's. So Jagger was really going to have Ava killed. And remember when Selena Wu's bodyguard mentioned that Stone was the one who paid him off? It's like they brought back Jagger just to make him go off the deep end and get killed. Seriously, what was the point? And look who saved Ava. Of course, Ava decided to leave it to a professional. Well, that's a big move for Ava. Meanwhile, Anna's got her hands full tonight with the Kate situation, the hit and run, and soon enough, she'll find out that Jason called in about the hit and run. I'm sorry, but I just can't feel bad for Christina. She begged Molly to be her surrogate and promised she wouldn't be her usual chaotic self. Then she concocted an imaginary problem about TJ and Molly breaking up, claiming she needed to protect Molly just to cover for her own betrayal. TJ was always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Christina is the type of family member you distance yourself from, so that when the parents are gone, you're not left dealing with them. I understand Christina's pain, but her attitude is frustrating. She keeps referring to the baby as my baby, completely ignoring that the baby also carried half of TJ's DNA. It's as if she's disregarding her sister's role entirely. Christina was meant to help Molly become a mother, and now that the baby is gone, Christina's constant focus on my baby is cringeworthy and insensitive towards her sister. Alexis is likely going to think Christina killed Kate's since she found the gun in Christina's purse. Alexis has a duty to turn it over to the authorities, so we'll see if Christina gets locked up. Jason managed to stop Ava just in time before she could shoot. I think Sonny sent Jason to find Ava because she's the only one who can retract her story against Christina. I'm relieved that Jagger is finally out of the picture, and I'm confident Carly will provide Sonny with an alibi when the police question them. Christina needs serious help before she has a complete mental or nervous breakdown. Alexis might assume the worst, especially after finding the gun in Christina's purse. She could think Christina shot and killed Jagger. Alexis isn't doing Christina any favors by letting her live in the fantasy she's created. Christina needs to grieve, but also face reality. She's blaming everyone but herself for the mess she's created from start to finish. No doubt, Alexis is being a mother to the daughter who needs her most right now. Molly is also feeling the loss, but not in the same way as Christina. Christina carried the baby, felt its movements, and experienced a deep bond. Losing the baby is hitting her hard, especially since it was her egg that created the baby. This is a heavy blow for her, and she's struggling to cope. Please, don't let Liz fall for Rick's manipulative nonsense again. That would be such a disservice to her character. There's no way Liz should go down that road again. I can't stand how Rick is already obsessively lurking around her. I really hope Jason notices and puts a stop to it. I'm rooting for a Liason romantic reunion. Alexis is being such a terrible mother. Is anyone even thinking about the pain Molly and TJ are going through? This is their second miscarriage in a relatively short period, and Alexis still hasn't bothered to check in on Molly. Molly had to go to Alexis. It's just awful. I'm so tired of Christina's whining. That baby wasn't hers. It was TJ and Molly's, and like Molly said, it's Christina's fault things turned out this way. She needs to get over it. And I'm beyond exhausted by Alexis' favoritism towards Christina. It's always the same. Christina needs more attention because she's not strong enough. But the truth is, she's selfish, and Alexis made her that way because she's the same. It was nice to get an update on Ace today, but it's no surprise he's frightened at the Q Mansion. Of course, he would be. Everything and everyone there is strange and unfamiliar to him. Tracy shouldn't have been put in this position. She's never met Ace before and isn't a professional babysitter. GH really messed up by writing off Esmo. Ace needs his young mom, who has the time, energy, and patience to care for him. Kevin and Laura, despite their good intentions, have lives that constantly pull them away to explore dangerous places, looking for one deadbeat son or another. Esma needs to return and take care of Ace so he can grow up loved and cared for by the one person who always put him first, his mom. Does Christina not realize that if Sam had felt the same way about Layla's death, she wouldn't have a relationship with either Alexis or Christina? After all, it was Christina's illness and Alexis' relentless push for cord blood that led Sam to go into preterm labor. Christina needs to stop blaming Ava. She's the one responsible for the baby's death, and no one else. Honestly, I hope she loses her mind and gets locked up. The Christina storyline might be a bit much and annoying, but maybe this is the writer's way of bringing awareness to postpartum depression or another mental illness. Yes, Christina begged to carry the baby for her sister, but she didn't expect to get so attached. Losing a child she carried for 8 months created a bond, and now she doesn't know how to cope. Molly has always been strong and independent, never needing the same level of attention from Alexis. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, and Alexis knows which of her children needs more attention. Right now, that's Christina. Let's not forget Alexis named Christina after her sister, who was also a needy person. While this is a soap opera, there has to be some reflection of real life. Depression is real, and so is postpartum depression. Christina needs professional counseling. Why aren't Alexis and Sam telling Christina to stop saying my baby? The baby has a name, and it's the one Molly and TJ gave her. Christina should use it. It's also frustrating that they're letting her threatening behavior towards Ava slide. It feels like everything Christina says is just being ignored. Alexis hasn't even visited Molly since the funeral, which makes it clear they've chosen sides, Christina's side. The hysterical crying at the cemetery, without any actual tears, completely turned me off. I couldn't help but think about all the women out there who have lost a child, and how this storyline might be dredging up painful memories for them. The writers really need to wrap this story up quickly. It's becoming unbearable. Just a friendly reminder, this post contains spoilers and discussion about today's show. So if you haven't watched it yet and don't want it spoiled, maybe wait before reading further. Here's what I think should happen. The gun that Sonny used to shoot Kate's, which Jason picked up, is now in Ava's possession. This could lead to some interesting developments. And let's talk about Willow for a moment. She claims she's not a wife who cheats, but she's the type who makes out with her husband's uncle from time to time. There's a big difference, people. I'm not at all surprised by what Michael did for Sonny. It's called family loyalty. To really understand it, you'd have to be a longtime viewer who knows these characters well. We know that Sonny, Carly, Jason, and Michael aren't above the law, but we also know what drives them. They're not evil, they're deeply flawed, but good-hearted people who fiercely protect their family and friends. They've even protected Port Charles on numerous occasions. And let's be real, it's not real life, so we can go all in and root for our favorites without taking it too seriously. I'm full of anticipation to see how this all plays out. Kate's was a bad apple, willing to hurt anyone to get what he wanted, but you can't say that about our favorites. They're flawed but fundamentally good-hearted. With all that said, I hope the cops never find out what Sonny did, and that he gets away with it, especially with Anna heading up the investigation. She's flawed too, and would probably do the same thing if she were in Sonny's shoes. I bet she'll figure out the truth, but I hope she either can't prove it or decides to let it go. That would be an exciting scenario. So is that Holly's voice in the previews saying "Hello, darling" to Lucky? It's really hard to understand why some people can't appreciate the deep connection a woman forms with the baby she's carrying, whether she's the surrogate or the biological mother. Regardless of the intended parents, Molly and TJ, it's important to recognize the sorrow and loss that the carrier experiences when parting with the child she's nurtured throughout the pregnancy. Just my opinion. I get that Christina is in pain, but her behavior, claiming the baby was solely hers, is troubling. It's like she's ignoring that half of TJ's DNA was in that baby. I understand she was bonded with the baby, but the baby Christina was meant to carry was intended to help her sister become a mother. Now that the baby is gone, Christina's constant reference to "my baby" feels cringy and dismissive of her sister's role. Christina seems to think she never does anything wrong, and that everything is always about her. Yes, she was carrying the baby, but it was not her baby. It was not just her eggs, papers or not. She got attached and chose to keep that baby without communicating it, which was a mistake. I feel for her loss, but it could have been prevented if she hadn't been so focused on herself. This self-centeredness is a recurring issue with her. First question, are they really getting rid of Sam? I haven't heard anything about this. I know it's a soap opera, but I just can't feel sorry for Christina anymore. She has wronged her sister and irritates me to no end. We need her to go. She's not the victim, she's the cause of a lot of problems. I have no respect for her referring to the baby by a name she chose. It's not her place. Don't let me get started on GH. Alexis is going to get blamed for Kate's death because of the gun and what she said to him at the police station. Christina carried the baby, not Molly, so Christina is grieving for her baby, not Molly's. I'm so tired of Christina and Alexis constantly focusing on her, with Sam doing the same. Christina's behavior is getting out of hand. She acts like a 2-year-old in need of constant attention and has the self-awareness of an eggplant. Everyone around her just coddles her and feeds into her narcissism. She desperately needs therapy, maybe even time in a mental institution. This storyline is awful, and she's the worst part of it. Christina's postpartum struggles are evident, especially during her visit to the baby's grave when she expressed her love and promised the baby would never be forgotten. But it makes me wonder, when Christina took the gun, was she considering ending her life before deciding against it? Alexis finding the gun gives off a whodunit vibe, though we already know who did it. I understand why Sonny did what he did, but Kate's was in too deep. He had crossed the line too many times and would have gone down eventually. Now we're in for the usual whodunit storyline with several suspects, but the twist is, we already know the answer. In the end, Kate's, with all his illegal activities and obsession with taking down Sonny, wasn't much different from Sonny himself. Honestly, Christina needs serious psychological help. Someone needs to sit her down and explain that she was doing this for her sister. That baby wasn't hers. I really hope they don't drag out this storyline. And please, don't have Liz hook up with her ex just because she's lonely. She's been with practically every guy in Port Charles already. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.